Howdy, my good friends. How are you? I am actually pretty lucky. Lucky in the sense, hold on, let me try and adjust this tripod. It, let me keep it real on the river. So we're going to call this keeping it real on the river. Yeah. Anyway. So here I am, chilling out. I live in Santa Rosa County, Florida. I also live in Okaloosa County, Florida. Sometimes I live in Escambia County, Florida, because I like to enjoy nature. But I can tell you without a doubt, the only drawback from today, this beautiful day we're experiencing today, is I have to go to work soon. And I hate to let days like this slip away, you know what I mean? But I kind of had a thought or two I was going to talk to you about, and figured I'd just spew whatever my little old heart desired while, I hit the play button. And anyway, this is the behind me is the Yellow River. And I do believe right up the road here it meets the Blackwater River. I'm not real sure geographically, to be honest with you, but I do know today is so beautiful, peaceful, quiet. It's not too hot, humid, and stuff like that. I think the next couple days are going to be pretty rough as far as weather goes. Um, Trying to figure out my game plan for the weekend. There's, I really want to do a 2 day journey, camping adventure, but tentatively, yeah, let me try and say that one more time. Tentatively, Saturday weather looks sketchy, almost like a 50% chance of rain. So I don't know what I want to do. I'm actually set up right in front of my van, and my left front tire is looking pretty rough. And I contacted a tire shop. They do have a tire for me that I can utilize temporarily, which would be a used tire, obviously. And I think what I'm going to do, if they still have that, they only had one left for my size, which is LT 245 75 R16. If they still have that left tomorrow morning when I get paid tonight at around 100 hours, I'm going to try and drive out there, which I don't like going that way. Anytime I go towards Pensacola, it's like the Bermuda Triangle for me. I always have vehicle problems, and going to roll the dice and can't find a used tire around here, in that size for me. But the reason I'm going with the used tire, because hopefully when I get my Social Security check in or on the 27th, then I can go buy a new tire, and that used tire can now go to the spare tire, because the spare tire is pretty much rough shape. It's got a lot of cupping on the side, and I just need to solve one problem at a time, And then ideally, I do need an oil change too, and I'm not looking forward to that. Depends where you go, how much they're going to charge you. It's a V8, 4.6 liter, engine. So if I can get it for around $60 or less, I'll be happy. But I don't even want to tell you how far overdue I am for an oil change. So I definitely have to take care of that, because I can't afford a new engine. I can't even afford like a water pump if that went out right now. But anyway, so it's just so lovely to be out here and and peaceful tranquility. I know you didn't tune in to listen to my automobile problems or anything like that. I get that, but I was really hoping that you can see a fish jump in the background. It's funny, never cooperate when I'm filming. And the one thing I do want to show you, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this because the ground is kind of dry right now. But this whole, I don't know how well you're going to see this. This whole riverbank area right along here, that whole area is, when you come here early in the morning and it's moist or damp, it's like the composition of the ground is like a sand soil mix, and this is like an amazing haven for little fiddler crabs. They probably don't get much bigger than that, but that is excellent bait. But they are so elusive. Um, they burrow these little what do I want to say? They make these little tiny mounds you wouldn't even think that they could get out of. They have the one right big claw. That's amazing bait for like redfish and sheep's head. Um, I really want to capture that on video. It's so hard because they can feel the vibration of the ground. When I pull up in the van, I've been pulling up kind of close. So I may try and be more elusive myself and park further away and then try and sneak up on them. It would have to be most likely done early in the morning or after some type of moisture um, is my best idea. But years ago, when I lived in or around Bonita Springs, Florida, on Southwest Florida, there was a place I would go to approaching Fort Myers Beach that was loaded with big fiddler crabs, and it was like real sandy, and the tides affect that too. But this is a large riverbank, so they kind of like burrow in the banks. I did see about a week or two ago a guy had a little bucket and a little, almost looked like a fly catch, or not a fly catch, butterfly catching net, and he was scooping some up. And I wasn't sure what he was doing, so I asked him, and then that's when I found out that he kind of confirmed my suspicions. But yeah, it's so beautiful out here today. It's just like, wow. I really don't want to go to work. But since I'm the leader of failures, I guess I'll suck it up and suck it up, Buttercup, But yeah, so it's I've got some ideas. I hate to prepare too early for what I want to do on the weekends because it comes down to weather, money, and it's just I don't like to get my hopes up too much. I think someone's coming by on a kayak, or yeah, there was I think it was a couple ladies in kayaks launched this morning, and another fella that they must have all known each other. He was in some type of small boat, like a V-bottom boat, so they were out, enjoying nature or whatever they're doing. Looked like they were all going to be fishing, so that's cool. Um, Catch anything?
Just small ones.
What kind of small ones?
Croaker, a striper, and some catfish.
That's awesome. Thank you. So there's your fishing report from the lady out there. She said caught some small ones, croaker, small croaker, small striper, and some catfish. So I when they were launching and they were pulling away, I guess they see me filming. They kind of knew I was maybe going to talk to them. So that's your fishing report here from Brown's Fish Camp on what today? It is today, August 14th. I don't know, 1100 hours or so, maybe a little after Central Time. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out here. So yeah, I think I was trying to tell you it's hard to plan your weekends when you don't know what the weather's going to be. When you kind of like weather is kind of important with your style of living. So I really, really want to go to Mystic Springs again. I haven't been out there in a while. I want to do some research, if you will, kind of like my buddy here, Biggie. I want to do some of that, but Saturday doesn't look great. I may do that anyway, and even if I got to stay in the van, it's a free campsite. You know, the only thing that sucks is you know, even though it's free, like I've talked in the past, you spend a lot of money. I think this might be the boater. Yeah, I think this is the boater guy that was with the other two ladies. But spend a lot of money just to travel a long distance, and I don't want to just get out there and spend it the whole time just in the van, which actually would be, you know, cool and literally cool, like in the true interpretation of the word. But you know, I don't want to be confined just to the driver's seat of a van. You know what I mean? But I want to be able to do things, explore things. Then, if I did stay there on Sunday, I'd have to get up and anyway. Hold on, let me do something. I'm just going to leave it running. Let you see what you see. You know, there's the boater. That's the dude that was with the other ladies. Maybe you'll see a fish jump. I got to take care of one thing, and then I'll try and finish my jibber jabber. Be right there, folks. So yeah, it is so lovely out here. I wish there was. I wish they had a campground along this little stretch of you know, river. There actually may be one that I don't know about, but you know, that's why I get out and explore. You know, trying to find new things. Um, there is a location up the road here. Um, I need to do some research on. I'm trying to remember the cross street. Um, but there's this one location up the road here. It almost looks like it would be like a private campground or possibly like an Airbnb type thing or something like that. It's very, very well groomed and manicured and looks really, really, really nice. I mean, I don't know how many more times I can say really nice, but from the road, the entrance is so inviting. Then I know there's like there's an Airstream trailer back there. There's something that's you know, vaulted or lifted off the ground. So I'm not really sure if that's a functional Airbnb type thing or small private campground, or I don't know what it is, or like a hip camp. I really don't know, to be honest with you. But I'm really curious. But I don't want to. I know there was a lot of contractors there recently working, and I would love to find out more about that. That could be in play for Florida or bust if if it's conducive to, you know, what that our game plan is and Memorial Day 2026. So I'll be talking more about Florida or bust. Hopefully, you know, as time goes on. But so that's one site I want to explore locally. I did get a tip on a couple little like boat ramps that were off this road, Ward Basin Road, Milton, Florida, and they they were good if you lived on that street, so to speak, but there's like pretty much no public parking, public boat ramp, and so they were nice and looked like the fishing would be excellent, but uh, yeah, that didn't pan out. There is a place up here as I exit it would be on the driver's side, the left-hand side, going up. There's this, I'm going to call it a compound. It's not really a compound because that sounds like it's got big walls but a beautiful piece of property that looks like there's some type of structure in the front, but in the back it looks like a cabin, and it's just like so beautiful. It looks like it's right on the bay, and it is just so beautiful. It's just like, you ever have that vision of tranquility? If you hit the lottery or something like that, man, it just looks so peaceful there. And I when I see stuff like that, I get all kinds of thoughts running through my head. You know, could I buy something like that? Or could I buy that specific property? One day and then leave it to somebody else. I know that currently that's not realistic. It'd have to be like a lottery winning or something like that. But it's cool to think about, dream, fascinate. And there's another location down the road here. So funny, it's so close to where I boondock. I've known about it in general, like very limited information about it. But it's called something like Splash RV and Camping Resort or something like that. Turns out it's literally like probably only a couple hundred yards from where I boondock on the other side of the interstate. So I'm going to go see if I can, if they'll allow me to do an interview, like a drive-through or introduction, or find out about it. I'm assuming, since literally, like, picture this, like, I don't know if you can see this. Picture like KOA's here, the interstate's running here. So on oh man, everything's backwards on film. So on this side would be, so basically they're like diagonally across from each other, separated by the interstate, I-10. So I'm going to assume that their fees are probably similar to like a KOA, which are not cheap. Hopefully, I don't have much experience with KOA other than one here in Milton, Florida. I just don't like how they're all jam-packed together. It's just, I don't know. I didn't like it. So I may try and check out the Splash RV Campgrounds and Resort, or whatever it's called, Splash Campgrounds RV.com or whatever it is. But so I don't know when I'm going to do that, but that's on the horizon, because I like to learn about new places, and there's some really cool, similar to like hip camp type places. There's one that's really like bougie in Milton. I don't remember what it's called, but it has all these fancy yurts and all this stuff, and it's like real high society glamping, I guess you could call it. There's different, I think they have different levels, for all levels, but some of the little yurts or what have you, you have to hike into, and I don't like leaving my vehicle unattended. I like to be in it, for safety reasons and stuff like that. So yeah, so this is kind of cool, just like a Thursday chill out and chill, drink some semi-cold water. Oh, what else can I tell you? I will. Another place I want to go back to, just out of curiosity, is Big Lagoon State Park in Perdido Key, which is basically Pensacola. They were shut down for like, I don't know, like something crazy, like 6 months for renovate. It could have been like 7 or 8 months. I think they opened up August 1st, and so I'm curious to go back out there. I always liked it out there, just for kind of like the exterior. Some of the campsites weren't too bad. There was a little bit of structure between there. they're all unique and different. They're not cookie cutter. So I don't know what they did to change and improve. I don't know if they added something or just upgraded something out there, but I do want to go out there and check it out. Um, if I go to Mystic Springs, which is really probably highest priority right now for Saturday and Sunday, there's something I really want to do on Saturday. I don't want to tip my hand quite yet. It's something I've been trying to do for a very long time. But it all depends on what the weather does. Seems like, this weather thing I check sometimes like 12 hours, before it'll go from 45% chance of rain to 23 or, craziness. So I'm going to try and watch it. I may, when I get done this video, I may just book it for 2 days anyway, because it is a free campsite, other than all the expenses, you spend to get there, all the things you have to do. And, if I stay there on a Saturday, I have to reload, go back like 15 miles or so to a local, oh man, I gotta show you guys something. I think this is a fiddler crab. Hold on. I think that's a fiddler crab. You see how they're very, very elusive. I don't know if you can see that. That's a fiddler crab. They're usually not out like this. Hopefully I can scare him. I think that's a fiddler crab. If that is a fiddler crab. Excellent bait. I want you to see him. I'm not seeing it too well. I don't know if you can see. I don't see the claw. I think that was a fiddler crab. Could be another type of land crab. Usually the fiddler crabs have that big claw. So I don't know if he lost his claw or something's going on, but I did, when I went over towards like the trash can and the porta potty area over there, I did see another one similar to that. But over here, like Bankside, you'll see a lot of those fiddler crabs, and really, really, that's probably one of the best baits you can use. Like I said, sheep's head, black drum, redfish, stuff like that. So yeah, he's venturing on his way. There is like a little depression over there where he's headed towards, and we've had a lot of rain, so there might be like moisture there in the soil. Here comes a helo. There's always one in every video, but there's like root system and shade over there, so he's probably venturing over in that direction. I would venture to say they learn to migrate, to whatever's conducive for their survival. Appreciate the military, and also the I think that's only a solo one, so that's probably military. You can see it. Oh, there it is, circling. I don't know if you can see it, circling up there. Probably didn't see that. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, so this is G Money, just chilling outdoors. And thank God I'm not sweating my butt off. It's like enough of this heat, humidity, and stuff like that. It's probably going to rise here in the next couple of days, but man, it's all about the big man. If he can tolerate it with all that hair he's got going on, I'm sure I can tolerate it, because I just gave myself a self buzz at the last campground I was at, and had to do it. You know what I mean? I don't like those type of haircuts. I prefer like a well-groomed, like high and tight. I cannot find a damn barber anywhere that understands a high and tight. I mean, I can show them pictures, almost talked me going into barber school. Trying to look at something on the hood of my van here. It's looking a little weird. But anyway, yeah, so just remember, life changes every day. You just got to deal with it. You know what I mean? The other thing, this is one thing I wanted to mention. Excuse me. If you guys remember the blizzard of a lifetime here in Florida, it broke over 100-year record for the amounts of snow we had. Milton, Florida had the all-time record for snowfall ever in the state of Florida, which was like 10 inches. And we had it pretty bad. And I'm hoping, like, it's hard because by the time I get my Social Security check, it gets depleted so rapidly due to automobile insurance and different things and just little upgrades I need to do. But I'm going to try and allocate. I need to investigate this a little bit more, but I want to try and allocate $300 in some type of gift card or gift certificate or gift credit to the Red Roof Inn for, you know, when we get a hurricane, I can not have to try and endure that in a 2011 E150 cargo van, because that would pretty much suck, especially if it's a category 5 or a 4. Even a 3 would be really bad. I've been in some bad storms in this thing and you don't feel too comfortable. So then I got to talk to them to see, you know, what I need to do. I don't want just to have a $300 credit or a gift card and not be able to utilize it. I don't know if they do not, you know, if they restrict whatever you call it, you know, residency or whatever during those times. I'd feel much better in a, you know, well-constructed Red Roof Inn in Milton than I would, you know, anywhere else. So, and, you know, it's not like I can reserve a date, you know, because you don't know, you know, especially hurricanes speed up, they slow down and stuff like that. Evacuation, I don't know if you ever seen anything on the news, but when you try to evacuate out of state, you know, in any direction, it's bumper to bumper, and it is crazy. I mean, you got to think of all the factors involved. Can I use a restroom? Where can I use a restroom? You know, even if you get to a gas station, there may be 30 or 40, 50 people deep just trying to use the restroom. Then when you get in there, it may not be clean. So there's all the little things you have to think about during evacuation. And, you know, is there going to be fuel, stuff like that. So I would prefer to ride it out locally at a hotel if possible. If I got to do that, I got to do that, you know. And, you know, I'm pretty much a frequent flyer there, the one in Milton. I spent the entire blizzard at the Pensacola one, but anyway, I think I realized I just probably talking too long and I want this video to cut off. Anyway, my friends, yeah, just me chilling out Riverside, trying to let you know what I'm trying to do in the future. There's a lot more I want to do, what I can do, when I can do it. Depends on finances, my health, what have you. So remember, people, just remember, we chicken, we chicken.